Now we're recording. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to
Hey,
Britton's Hangout Hour, episode 137. I'm here today with Dan Evans from Godfoe Universe. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I just put the kids to bed and I'm trying to relax myself before I have to get up and go to work in the morning.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, you're a bit on. You're kind of on the indie comic book sphere, if you will, like the real hardcore indie, like Kickstarter.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Tyler Carpenter.
Is he draw and talk?
Yes,
Okay, I didn't know his last name was Carpenter, but yeah, I kind of know him.
kind of in that range. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yep,
At least that was a vibe I got anyway. But how are you doing today, man?
I'm all right. I been doing some work on the house, so I'm very tired. But I appreciate coming on, man. I appreciate it. We planned this last week. I've been looking forward to it. I caught some of your episodes on your YouTube, and I was like, yeah, he seems like a chill guy.
I am for the most part. I don't, I try not to get too angry.
It doesn't. Well, it can be fun, but it doesn't really usually help anything.
Yeah, no, I don't like viciously interrogate my guests usually. Well, yeah. Anyway,
Maybe the cat does.
yeah, maybe she does. She's a real mastermind of this project. But yeah, I'm trying to get more comic book creators on this show because I really enjoy comics as much as I enjoy
Hmm.
reading your old fashioned regular books.
Yeah.
um, but you also talk a lot about comics on your end, and you even write them, don't you? Is that what
Yep.
the Godfoe universe is? Like, what is it for those who don't know what it is?
Sure. I can go into that real quick. So, the Godfoe universe is actually like a multimedia experiment. Well, now it's a business that my buddy Josh Adams and I started. He's an artist and I'm the writer. About 10 years ago, we started talking about it. Where we both met through the music scene, local music scene. We're both musicians for a long time. That's how you know that we're ready to not make money, right? um, and started hanging out, and I kind of came up with this idea for a concept album and I recorded it and put it down. He did the art for it, and we would just go and hang out at his house, watch really bad anime and B movies and stuff like that, and we would just talk. And this idea grew and grew and grew and grew into the Godfoe universe. And what it is that in this universe, a being calling itself God has taken over, and it rules for thousands of years. And anyone who opposes it is labeled a Godfoe.
Mm.
Yep. So we've divided it up into different what we call eras. So Apollyon 20XX is the first era, and it starts in our time, and it will end with the destruction of our world and the creation of the Godfoe universe, where this being assumes control of Earth. It will go on to the Biophile Initiative, that era, which is another comic we put out called Biophile Kolga, and then
Mm.
it will end in the Black Star Saga, which is a series of novels we've written, and we're about to release the first one probably this year. So
Mm.
we started with three different eras, three different works, and we've released two volumes of Apollyon 20XX and two volumes of one volume of Kolga, and the second one will come out this fall. And our books are big; they're usually 100 plus pages, 100 to 200 pages.
Mm. I see. I
Hmm.
see. Um. What did you say? 200?
Yeah, the first volume of Apollyon was 185 pages.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
I read Helen of Windhorn last night as of the recording of this, and it
Oh
was
yeah,
176 pages apparently.
nice.
That's what Goodreads said. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were going to do, and we've pitched to Image and Dark Horse. We were going to do single issues, and we were like, we don't really like this. Like, it seems like our stories feel better as longer works,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just what we decided to do. It's just, well, it might take a little bit more time for Josh to do it, but we also got kind of pissed at the indie comic scene. We were seeing people sell 24 pages for $15, $20 or more,
Mm.
and we were like, no, let's release big fat books and sell them for like 15, 20, $25, depending on if they're color or not. And it's just a big thing. Like, we've made short films for the Apollyon era.
Mm.
I'm making a video game for the Kolga era. It's about 75% done. We do this thing called the Apollyon 20XX Apocrypha, which are these kind of in-world stories, poetry, and photography that are just digital, and that's about 200 to 300 pages now, and you can read that for free on our website. They're called like Lamentations, Revelations, Incarnations, stuff like that. But that's the Apocrypha, and they're kind of stories that are kind of real, kind of not.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to make a really cool world that people can play in, and that it not just be something you pick up, you read it, and you're done with. It's like, no, I want something people like Stake that they can sink their teeth into and really nerd out. Something like the original like Dune series was for me as a kid.
Mm.
Yeah.
I see. I mean, I'll admit I haven't as much kept with the like real like indie, if you will, community. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
But I know a couple of people, like my friend Jay Sheik. He's a good dude.
Okay.
Tyler, of course. I was my friend Josh Pantelleresco does editing for comics, so edited the book I wrote. I it's not a comic though. It's just a book.
Where can I get it?
Oh, I haven't published it yet, but when I do, I'll see if I can put it up on Amazon. I'll send it to anyone who wants to read it.
I enjoy indie novels. I'm going through House of Sleep right now by Brad Kelly, and it's really, really, really good. We had him on the show 2 or 3 weeks back. That's a great guest if you wanted something. If you're into he's a wonderful author, and he's into the esoteric as well. A very smart guy to talk about some of the weird stuff with.
Interesting. I'll have to find this guy. What's his name again?
Brad Kelly. I'll share him with you on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I didn't.
Yeah, he runs a podcast as well called Method and Madness, where he gets authors on
I think I've
big
heard of
fans.
this.
Yeah, he had one before that called Art of Darkness.
Oh yes, I do know who this guy is.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a nice guy.
I'm acquainted with Aaron Gwynn, who's been on that show a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah. Fellow Oklahoman, so I gotta actually. Funnily enough, I actually just read his book a month ago, actually called All God's Children. It's a like Western historical book. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I mean,
cool.
I don't know what like your taste is in particular, but I thought it was pretty good.
This sounds lame or whatever. I hate to say, I just like good. Like if I don't care what genre it is as long as it's good, if that makes sense. Or maybe I should say as long as I enjoy it. Like I've got some anime over here, but I wouldn't consider myself like a weeb or anything. I've got manga and I've got comics. I think those titles are great. Like I don't mean weeb as an insult. It's like those guys are serious. Like they know their stuff, I've got I just like art in general, if that makes sense. And if I'll go everything. I've got some pieces up here on my wall. I've got books. I really like novels. I really do like, especially old novels. There's a local bookstore around here. I got Beowulf. I got the entire Leaves of Grass collection with watercolor paintings. I got
the
Brothers
poetry collection. You mean the poetry book?
I got a really huge copy of the Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky. I've got a papal Bible, like a Catholic priest Bible. I got all of that for like maybe $20.
Oh wow! So okay, yeah.
Josh and I come from like a really punk rock background, and like that's kind of one of our beefs with indie comic a little bit. It's like if I can get if I can get like Leaves of Grass for like $5, I'm not paying like $30 for a 30-page comic book. I got the entire Akira set for like $90.
That's not terrible, actually. That's not terrible. Yeah. It's I usually use Amazon if I can't find it at my local bookstores, which that might not be very punk rock, but
I mean, I'll use Amazon. I prefer like eBay, but
eBay.
Sometimes
eBay's old school, man. eBay's kind of old school now.
Yeah, well, that's where I get my figurines. Like I get the blue Superman, like stuff.
Kind of looks like Dr. Manhattan a little bit.
Yeah, they did that in the late '90s with Superman. They made him like an electrical power being because he got too powerful or something weird. But I always liked that design. It was not a good story, but I like that design.
So, like, what made you want to do like comics above like any other kind of like medium of storytelling?
Well, I've always liked it. Like I'm not, like I said, I'm not a guy. I did grow up with comics. I have the first 100 issues of Spawn over here, and
Mm,
I've sold way more long boxes than I guess some people have collected.
mm,
But I never can like I know guys that are like they know, when's the first issue of this obscure character that appeared, and
mm-hmm.
I never considered myself like a big comics guy. They were just part of my life because I had older brothers. But I couldn't draw. I wanted to be a comic artist as a kid. And I remember sitting down with like maybe it was like Jack Kirby or Stan Lee's one of their books, like how to draw comics, and you draw the circle and then you draw the line, and then 2 pages later it's somehow Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that didn't work for me. My handwriting is trash. My drawing is trash. So I kind of just drifted my whole life. I never thought I'd live to see 18, to be honest.
Oh, jeez.
Just I was on a lot of painkillers at a young age because of kidney stones.
Oh.
So I didn't really think about it. I just knew I liked art, and then I got into music. Had a natural talent for it. Later went back and got a degree in it. But long story short, I met Josh, and I'd
Mm-hmm.
already started working like on a novel. And the more we talked, I was like, oh, I know a guy that can draw, and we kicked it around for a long time. And I always tell this story, and I don't mean for it to be a tearjerker or a sob story, but 2020 happened, and my brother committed suicide.
Oh
And
man, that's
yeah,
terrible.
I appreciate it. That is part of the story because I was like after that I was like, hey Josh, we're doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and I called him like every day and processed it basically that way until we had ironed out Kolga and Apollyon and like basically their arcs, and we just killed it, man. Like we hammered it out. Josh works at a pro level of page output. Like that dude puts out ridiculous pages every year. Um, which we kind of stole that work ethic from Iconic Comics. If you're familiar with them, they did Common America and
I'm not
Soul
familiar with those
Finder.
guys.
Well, their output is ridiculous. Like their artist, he works a full time job and just puts out pages like a monster, and that's what Josh does too. Josh works and puts out pages. So
Man.
that's yeah, like I said, like, I don't like having to go down that route, but like that's literally what happened. Is like this event happened, and Josh and I were like, we're cracking down. Like we're about to be 40. We want to make comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's never too late to start, as some people say.
Yeah, I think it's always like too early to quit. Like like the only way you fail is if you quit.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, money isn't super important to us. Like we don't make a lot of money like in our jobs, but like we're not in it for we're not in this for money. Like we're in it to make art, and we give away a lot of stuff. We've got a Discord where we show like behind the scenes stuff and like that. It's just I don't know, like I don't know how old you are, like, but I just remember when the internet used to kind of be cool, and you could find weird stuff, and you could find interesting stuff that would keep you occupied. And now the internet's like 4 websites,
Mm-hmm.
all owned by the same people.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's strange how much the internet. I mean, I grew up as the internet was kind of blowing up, really.
Yeah,
So, oh man, when I was a kid, like I still can remember like not payphones, but like
yeah,
landlines. I can still remember
yeah.
those. Like I was growing up just as that was kind of going out of style.
Well, you're from Oklahoma, I assume,
Yeah,
and I'm from the South, and of course, like we're always kind of maybe a few years behind the coastal cities when
yeah.
it comes to stuff.
That's fair. That's fair.
Each of us, I assume, still has a grandma with wood panel walls in her house,
I'm sure
something
mine
like that.
does. Yeah. Love you, Nan. If you watch this, you probably won't. But yeah, no, yeah, it's weird. It's weird how much things have evolved
Yeah, and I
since when
don't
I
know if
was
they're
a
getting
kid.
better. I don't know if there's anything better than a Halo 2 lobby. I don't think we're gonna top that.
That's
Like,
true. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if we're ever gonna get back to the Modern Warfare 2 days.
yeah, there
Unfortunately,
you go.
I mean like original Modern Warfare 2, not the new one. I liked the new one though. It's a pretty good game.
Yep.
Anyway,
The only gaming I get done now is I play Zelda with my daughter. She's 5 and she likes playing that.
That's always nice. I didn't really play a lot of the like classic Nintendo games, like Zelda. I
Yeah,
did play Mario a little bit, like Mario
yeah.
Karts.
Well, I can't blame you. Like if I was growing up and they were like, "Hey man, here's this first person shooter where you can kill people from anywhere in the world at any time," like, "Oh dude, I'm stuck on that." Like, give me some Surge and some like Almond Joys and I'm good. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I grew up in like prime Call of Duty age, man. Like I'm now
you've
like
heard slurs I can't even think up,
oh yeah.
and
Oh
I'm from
yeah.
the South.
Oh man. Oh man. I ain't gonna get started on that. Oh, I remember. Oh man. It's like, or like when Halo Reach first came out, like, or
Yeah.
not when it first came out. I got it in like 2013 when I was like 12 or something, and I enjoyed that game a lot.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, no.
Yeah, that's I used to like almost lost a job from playing Halo online just because I would stay up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. I wouldn't sleep. I mean, because when I was like a kid, like you're like 18 to 20, you don't sleep. You don't need that. Like, it's like I could go all day, especially on painkillers. Didn't feel anything, man. I would get up, run like 3 to 5 miles, go to school, go to work, and be like, come back and stay up till like 4. I don't feel anything. Didn't even eat. Like,
Didn't eat, didn't sleep, just trucking.
just gaming, man.
You're just
I
trucking,
just-
man.
I just put vibing on my resume. Like,
So where do you work now, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm in IT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it sucks.
I was about to say, yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
I did it. I got certified in multiple certifications for reading books, passing tests. Cause like I majored in music, so that didn't pay. And so I was having a family, so I was like, okay, I can read some books and pass some tests and fix people's computers. Why not? Or security,
Sounds like
But-
it sounds like it could be a little monotonous, maybe.
Oh, it sucks. Yeah. That's why I'm
Jeez.
making like comics and stuff, man. Like, I'm always writing. I've got like the next 2 or 3 volumes of each book already written. I got a Substack we just made this week, and I've been posting something every day.
Yeah, I've been really thinking about making a Substack. Like, I have ideas for like kind of starting like a blog on Substack. I just haven't done
Yeah.
it yet because I've been
It's
busy.
surprisingly easy to use. I thought it was going to be hard.
Yeah,
easy.
it's not bad. It's not like WordPress where it's like there's like
Oh,
multiple
WordPress
steps.
was trash. Yeah, WordPress was trash. WordPress was like left over from like the early 2000s or some crap. Like,
I used it for a class, and I was like, oh my god, like it's gotten easier now. So I'll give them that. Or from what I've heard, it's gotten easier now. But like, oh
Yeah.
my god, like Substack, man, Substack's where it's at.
oh yeah, ease of use is the way to do it. I don't care if they're stealing my data. What are they going to do with it? Like, I'm a moron. Their AI is going to suck studying me. It'll just have
They'll probably
interesting
they'll
opinions.
probably just get like bored and leave,
Yeah.
If that...
It's like this guy really talks about Snyderverse a lot. He sucks. I willingly accept that, man. I'm a Snyder bro through and through, and I'll just take the stones.
Yeah,
and
I
arrows.
thought
don't
I've
care.
seen you defending the Snyderverse. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna get into that because
I don't take that stuff personally. Like I said, I think Twitter
not worth
makes
it.
people. I think Twitter makes people sound more angry and mean than they are.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I love that kind of stuff. I could talk on the symbolism of Snyder for whatever, and I mean I'm an Evangelion fan, so that tells you like what a loser I am.
I've not actually watched Evangelion. That's the mecha anime, isn't it?
It's the mecha anime that's not a mecha anime.
If you really want me to sound like a out of touch old man, just
Yeah.
ask me about anime. I'll just be completely lost through most of it, unless it's like Cowboy Bebop or something, and I'll be
That's peak. That's peak anyway. I mean, there's some but then again, like I said, I'm speaking from a kid that stayed up till 2 a.m. taking painkillers. Like, of course, I watch Serial Experiments Lane and these kind of ones that are like, oh, this is.
I like how you just describe yourself. You're just popping painkillers and watching anime.
That's what I did. I did that for a long time. I did that for a very long time. Like I'm telling you, I did not have a plan for my life. I converted
Did your parents ever
to
go like, get your ass up and do something, or would it just kind of like,
well,
all right, like,
no, I mean, I always worked. Like, I always had jobs.
oh, okay.
Like, I just didn't go to. I went to college, dropped out because I was like, oh, I'm going to get an English degree. I know how to speak English. Like, I came from a very, very small town in the South. There were no opportunities unless you moved. I got an opportunity to move up to Ohio to join a band once, and I just didn't dig it. They were like an emo band at the time. I got an opportunity to go to California, like with a girl.
You can just see
and I was
them just like
I'm
long
not doing
hair,
that.
just rocking out, and you're just like awkwardly standing there. Like, I don't know what instruments you play, but
I played several. I played guitar, bass, piano. I kind of under majored in voice. Even though I don't think I have a good singing voice, but I studied. Man, I studied classical. Like I did a major, my second major in classical guitar. So I mean, I know how to read music and transpose and stuff like that. But like I said, like who's paying me to transpose Mozart right now? You know, an AI can do that.
I was supposed to say, yeah, I think technology could do that if you wanted it to.
Yeah, put this in B flat minor. Why not? It's but I mean, I just didn't have. It's not that I didn't have a purpose. It was just like I just thought a lot, and like I said, watched anime and read books and stuff, and like I was always productive. Like I was always making things. I was always making art. I just didn't. I didn't want to have the suit tie corporate gig, you know. And I met a wonderful woman, and I'm married. I got married at 25.
Oh God,
Which is
I'm 24.
relatively young. You know, I would say it's relatively young. At the time, I felt like I was 50.
Oh God, I'm 24.
Well, you better get on it. And we had kids late, but I mean, all that to say, just and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to get into a whole thing here either. Like I know I'm jumping all across the emotional spectrum, but I converted to Christianity at 22, and that gave me a kind of like that gave me a purpose. Like I did see, I had a divine experience that changed my life forever. And like I said, I don't want to eat up all the time with that, but after that experience, things started to kind of fall in line for me with purpose and like building towards things instead of just drifting through, you know?
Yeah, I go to church. I don't know if I'd say I'm not a very. I would say I'm not a very traditional Christian.
Yeah.
There's like some things I'm kind of like, but you know, like I believe in the message. You know, like be good to people and you know, help the poor. I'm really bad at helping the poor though, so I don't know if Jesus would be smiling on me. But you know, like
you're like that includes me, right? I'm poor.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll Venmo you after the.
Nah, I'm all right.
It's over.
It's just like, I mean, I don't know. Like I do enjoy. Like I've always enjoyed religion and philosophy even before I converted. And not like sit around with a pipe and talk about it. It's just like if I found something cool, like if I found something cool, like to do art wise, you know, I enjoy it. Like I just like that kind of stuff. And
well, I guess that makes sense. You know, you made a comic about gods or God. I don't know.
I did. Like the running theme of the Godfoe Universe is the exploration of can man be God, because that's what history kind of is. Like that's what the rise and fall of empires is. We somehow human beings keep building systems that put usually one person or one party or one group on top for some reason, you know. We have this ingrained hierarchy that's not just like primal, like it's not it's not just like an ape society. It's like, no, this guy always has to be on top. His name and face have to be everywhere, to the point of like on our currency. Like it's just total control. There's this weird thing about religion, philosophy, and history that always points to total control. It's just that's interesting to me, and like I love exploring that idea. And that's really what the Godfoe Universe is about, is trying to create a space where people can discuss art and explore it together, basically free from the assholery of Twitter. Which I contribute to. So
yeah, the other day I think I saw one of your tweets. You were like, I don't know, I think you were talking about Watchmen or something, and you were like,
yeah,
You're like, yeah, comedian is like human evil, but like you literally called Ozymandias satanic. I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah,
Shit.
he's like a Luciferian evil. Like he's a social planner. Like, and that's what. I mean, this always gets me in trouble too. But I mean, that's what like socialism and communism and Nazism and fascism were. Like when you look at their ideologies, they thought they were going to create the quote unquote new man.
Mm-hmm.
Like they thought that they could recreate man in their own image.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Ozymandias is like. That's the kind of idea he's trying to do, is that he can fool the whole world, that he can change the minds and hearts of millions of people with a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Where the comedian would just butcher somebody on the battlefield and rape somebody and go home. Like, that's not better. It's just two different types. Yeah, it's just two
very
different
casual
types.
way of describing the comedian's evil. But okay, I'll go.
No, it's horrific and irredeemable. Of course, it's just I'm not saying two different levels. I'm saying
I guess
two
it makes
different
sense
types.
that it's Ozymandias who kind of chucks the comedian out the window. You know?
Yeah, he kills the old evil in place of the new evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though theoretically it's not new, it's just we accept it. It's more accepted now than ever before. I mean, and that stuff goes back to like the French Revolution and stuff. It's like these people, like the French Revolution was horrific. Like the Red Terror was unbelievably bloody and awful, and it was them again trying to create a new society, a new man. Like the I think it's Rousseau, like his blank slate theory of human beings. You hear it like whenever you see someone talk about systems of oppression and this kind of stuff, like people still think that human beings are blank slates that you can like program.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's not true. Like human beings have a soul. I think even if someone wasn't religious, they could admit that human beings have something that makes us human, you know.
Makes us unique. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Because we people have twins. We've seen this. Like you can have someone who's genetically the same as someone, but they're two different people. Like that should be pretty simple, I think. But yeah. I mean, I love that kind of stuff. Like I love conspiracy theories, even if I don't believe them. I grew up on like the X-Files and stuff, and like I love like the weird future we're going into now with like transhumanism. Like I'm not saying I love it as in it's good. I'm saying I like learning about it. It's awful and I hate it.
I was about to say I'm kind of spooked out at the idea of transhumanism. But then the other day I was talking with someone who's like, well, you know, there's people who can get like replacement eyes. You know, you don't think that's creepy, do you? And I'm like, well,
kind of.
I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I didn't think of it like that.
Oh, I think everything that starts out like that is like, yeah, we'll give you new eyes, but then we'll be able to take the data from it of what they see, you know, and like or maybe it's like, oh, we fix it by fixing these neurons in your brain, and now we can beam anything into it.
Like I watched the Dredd movie I rewatched the Dredd film from about a decade ago now.
Yeah, was it Carl Urban?
Yeah, Carl Urban was Dredd, and there's a guy in it who has like these fake eyes now, and it's really freaking creepy to look at.
Yeah,
like very uncanny valley.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like it's like uncanny valley. It's very unsettling. You're like, that's not quite human.
It's like that's not right.
You should just get the visor like Geordie LaForge from Star Trek.
Yeah.
but no, I think the more people in power like don't view other human beings as humans, like the worse society gets. And I know that's a very basic statement, but I mean, like I said, I am like unapologetically a Christian, and I do think that is a social idea and a social order that's been lost, was because Christianity really brought the idea to the world of human beings are made in the image of God. And that was like a Hebrew idea, but it's debatable whether they actually thought that about people outside of their faith. Christianity said every human being is made in the image of God, and that's where individual rights kind of came from, and that's why we were able to end slavery, even though it took a long time. And I think without that, even if someone doesn't believe Jesus is the Son of God, I think without that moral code in our society, we're going to get technocrats frying our brains and stealing our data.
You have a very casually precise way of describing things. I've appreciated.
Like, what else can you do but laugh at I mean, they might steal my brain tomorrow.
We've been talking. I like this.
I've got an Alexa in my house. I know that thing's listening to what I say.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be just like talking, and then like my watch will go like, this is not this. I'm like, hey, I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, but like I'll mention something the other day, and like of course, as soon as I mention it, like it shows up on my feed on Twitter. So like something else, and it's like okay, I think I bought an Archangel from X-Men action figure, and then suddenly I'm seeing all this weird stuff, like everything from like Archangels in the Bible to X-Men. Like it's nothing but like,
Or yeah, I'll be like, oh, I was scrolling through like Audible or something, and then like I'll be looking on like Instagram, and then it's like Audible will be like
yep.
promoting stuff, which is
I
fine, you know. Like
I respect that, dude. Like I've never been able to do audiobooks, and it's my brain. My brain
I
does
have a
not
hard time with
process
it
what it
too,
listens to.
but like there's some
Yeah.
I've enjoyed over the years. Like I read the first Law trilogy a couple years ago,
Oh, nice.
and the audiobooks for that are really good. Like you can find them on YouTube, or at least that's how I found them. So you know.
I found this was
Hopefully, I will
years
not get
ago,
legally prosecuted for saying that.
like 8 or 9 years ago. I found like almost all of Stephen King's novels on YouTube.
Oh
When I
yeah.
was just- and I
Oh.
was listening to like Carrie while driving to like this job up the mountain. Like it was like a 6-hour drive or something. And I was like, yeah, I'll listen to Carrie. Why not?
It's like this is sad. Like damn.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wow, this what a real downer drive this turned out to
I'm
be.
bummed out by this.
I get out to shake myself off and like wash myself off. They really shouldn't have picked on that like fat psychic girl.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bad idea, guys.
She
Don't do
wasn't
that.
she wasn't as hot as a Sissy Spacek in the book. Like in the book, she was like not attractive at all.
Yeah, no, I remember when I watched the remake of Carrie, and I just kind of shook my head because I mean Chloe Grace Moretz is a very attractive woman, I will say. And I just kind of got a little irritated because I'm like, Sissy Spacek, I mean, I'm not saying she's unattractive or anything, but she looks the part of like a mousy,
Yeah, big eyes,
Yeah,
very very small frame. Yeah,
yeah.
and what's funny is in the book, I think Carrie's overweight.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's like real thin in the movie, and you're like, huh,
Yeah.
like that's. And you read the book, and you're like, huh, that's weird. Like,
I saw
thinking
I
of
saw the
Sissy
period-
Spacek.
I saw the period scene on TV as a kid, way too young.
Oh,
And I just
Lord.
remember them throwing the tampon saying, plug it up. And it was like blood. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? I'm like 8 or something. It's like, this is horrific. It's basically those old movies from the 70s. The sound design is so raw and
Yeah.
grating. It really like shocks your nerves. Like the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when he like cranks that thing up, it's like, oh my God, like he's going to kill me.
Yeah, no, I actually think, I think the 80s is kind of an overrated time for movies. I mean, there's a lot, with respect for a lot of the great 80s movies, but like, I think
Yeah.
my favorite era of movies are probably the 70s. Like,
70s were great, man.
that was a time everyone was like, let's just throw what's at the wall, see what works. And it's just, I'm like, this is awesome.
Was that when is that when 2001 came out? No, that was 68. Close enough. Like that actually might be kind of like the movie to introduce the 70s era, like 2001
Yeah, pretty much,
Space
yeah.
Odyssey. Yeah. When did Blade Runner? Was that 82? Yeah, I can see
I was about
that.
to say, that's 82, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good movie. Not saying
Man,
the 80s were bad. There's a lot of
Yeah,
great
I got
80s
you.
films.
There's a lot of bad ones too.
But like a lot of people, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people goon about the 80s.
Yeah, that was the thing with like Stranger Things and all that, and it's like I grew up in like the 80s and 90s, and like I remember it not being that cool. Like RoboCop was cool, but
Yeah.
no, it's just like all that kind of stuff. And that's what Apollyon 20XX is about. It is like the kind of paranoid schizo fears. I read a lot. I read a lot of a lot of history stuff, a lot of political theory, a lot of fringe political theory, left and right.
Mm.
And I tried to.
You
'cause I don't
really dove
believe-
into the rabbit hole then.
Yeah, and I don't believe that stuff, but I wanted to take those ideas.
Well,
and
I don't
those
want to imply that
fears.
you do believe
Yeah.
that stuff, but
No, it's just, but I mean, but I wanted to like take those fears and be like, okay, well, what if what these people were talking about was real? Like what if there like was a group controlling things, and what if people were treated like cattle, and what if we could transhuman through an alien metal? Because that's the plot of Apollyon, is that an alien metal lands on Earth, and this
Mhm.
group called the Order picks it up, and they start experimenting with it, and they're the richest people in the world. They're like, kind of like a cabal.
mm,
And they start experimenting with people, and they make these things called augments, and that's basically like our in-world mutants, basically. But this metal always it does that. And initially they're making like super soldiers, and they're like fomenting wars with nations. And then they realize that imperial metal, and they call it that because it's imperialistic. It whatever biome it's in, it multiplies itself. It takes over. And they realize, oh, if we put this in the food supply, if we put this in the water supply, all we have to do is find a way to control it, and we control anyone who's ingested it. So they start building.
That kind of remind. Did you watch Logan, the movie?
Like the Wolverine movie?
The last Wolverine movie.
The last one.
I was about to say, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Yeah, because that's what they do in the movie to wipe out the mutants, is they just put stuff in the food. Yeah.
It was very much like that, and the idea of Professor X and Cerebro. If Professor X were evil, like he could pretty much take over. And so they start building a god machine, that's what they call it, to take over the minds of people. Well, one of the top candidates for the God Machine, an augment named Zero, he has an augmented head and skull. He escapes, and he rescues 6 other augments, and those are the only ones that would come with him that would survive. And he explains the situation to them as like, look, these people have basically taken over the world. If we don't stop this machine, like everything's doomed. And it gets very we usually describe it as like Chris Claremont's X-Men meets Akira, because it gets very apocalyptic. It's only going to be about 4 or 5 volumes.
You know, I was going to say, because you mentioned Professor X being evil, I'm like, he's done some pretty shady stuff in the. It's not that big of a stretch.
I don't know how I feel about that. I love Professor X. That's my boy.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
But it's very much that. Like, I think if people go into it expecting a superhero story, they're like, you're not getting that. It's a very character focused, very action packed, and very heady, and the consequences matter. Like, people die and stuff like that. And we're 2 volumes in. Like I said, it's gonna be 4 or 5 volumes, and that's the start of the Godfoe Universe. That's the best place for people to join in. And we're trying to keep it as isolated as possible. We're trying to make it so people can enjoy the eras by themselves without having to do the overarching story of all the other ones. But that gets very hard because things get mentioned later that you wouldn't know. And Biophile Kolga, which is the volume 2 we're about to put out in this summer, is 1,000 years after that. And Imperial Metal and God have just become a religion. Like, no one knows anything before it, and those things have grown in such power that it's basically magic now. And so it's more of a fantasy setting, Victorian kind of steampunk fantasy setting. And what used to be called, cool. It is cool, man. And everything, what they used to call Imperial Metal, they now call Old Metal, OL Metal, which is an abbreviation for old metal.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just magic to them. Like, and they're encountering beings that have been augmented so much that they're basically angelic or demonic. Like, they're traveling through interdimensional space and stuff, and God has become basically a godlike figure through power. And it's really cool. It's about a woman who kind of started a cultural revolution against God in her youth, and it was somewhat successful, and now she's the last surviving member. And she grew old, and she was collecting all these artifacts of God, and one of them restored her youth. And now she's kind of even more bitter and angry because she thought she was going to die. And it's a kind of a character study of this woman. This sounds so lame, I know, but this is the kind of books I like to write. It's like a character study of an old woman who got her youth back and is re-examining her life while she's battling demons and witches.
Okay, yeah.
Right. That sounds like some Pride and Prejudice and zombies. I know. It's really cool, and it's really vibrant and beautiful. Here, let me send you our link if you wanted to pull up the website.
I don't actually.
So you can see it.
I don't. Is it share screen?
Maybe.
I can't share screen. Okay.
There you go. So I'll just there's our website, and you can at least get like a glimpse of like some of the stuff. if you pull up like especially the free to read section, you can go through the first chapter of Apollyon and Kolga,
Oh,
and
okay.
you can see the Apocrypha stuff that's below it.
Well, hold on here. Let me see if I can. Not done this before, so.
It's all right.
Uh,
Luckily, we don't have a chat to entertain.
That's great. Yeah, I know, right? Like that's good. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. So that's Apollyon Volume 2 we just put out in December or January of this year. We try to put out 2 books a year that are 100 plus pages.
there we go. All right. I was trying to
Yep.
get it to where I could move through it quickly. Oh, okay.
Yep, there's Volume 1. And Apollyon is black and white. We really wanted that like gritty style.
Mm-hmm.
Very dark.
Mm-hmm.
And Kolga is very bright and vibrant. And it's the same artist. Josh Adams does everything about the books. Inking, pencils, colors, covers, everything. We're very against the grain in indie comics. We don't do like celebrity or guest covers. We don't do alternate stuff. We don't really even do like goals, like stretch goals. We just want to sell people really good stories at a good price.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
It kind of sucks, I guess.
Well,
That's kind of cool, I guess. So, and then the Black Star novels, which come out later, like it's so far in the future that.
Is this the one about the lady who
Yep.
is...
Kolga. Yeah, go ahead if you want to like click here to read chapter 1 now.
Oh,
like
okay.
you can
What's
pull it
this?
up. That's fine with me.
What is that? You know what? I don't want to.
Yeah,
I'll mess with that later.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's part of the Apocrypha stuff. Those are free to read as well. That's about 200 pages all in all, I think, of prose and poetry and photography and stuff. It's all in world. Like it's all like things that normal people are experiencing in those worlds. Those are the previews. I'm sorry, the other ones weren't.
Oh, there. Oh.
Yeah, that should open up for you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. I like how this kind of looks like the MCU thing here. It's funny.
Oh yeah, I think it switched to a different tab because it's not showing up on here.
Oh, isn't that? No. Okay,
No.
let me.
Nah.
Never mind.
Well, that's kind of lame.
That sucks. I don't know how to do this. Was a short. Oh.
Oh yeah, we've got short films as well.
Oh my god! So you got a whole franchise going here.
Trying to, man. We like entertaining people, and we just really want to make it a really cool space for people. Kind of like sounds hippie, like an artist commune, but just us putting out stuff for people to enjoy.
Fair enough.
It's something you can do when you're not. I mean, money's nice, and we're trying to sell stuff, but it's something you can do when you're not thinking of commerce, when you're just thinking of art. You can do whatever you want, anytime you want. You can move freely.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. I talked with these two guys called Richard and Austin from this YouTube channel called Two to Ramble, and
Okay.
they have merch. And they're like, and Richard told me, he's like, it's kind of nice when you realize that money isn't real.
Yeah.
So you
well,
can
it's
just
definitely not real. Yeah.
So you can just kind of go like, oh, this looks cool. I'll just do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what stops people is they freeze up and they think about like, what if?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, just do it. Like, not to be like Nike, but just do it.
I don't think anything has to be like Nike.
I'm a Reebok man. Like,
I don't really care.
I don't either. I buy the cheapest shoes on Amazon that will let me like walk comfortably. Like for real.
Now if we're talking t-shirts, all right, I can talk trade about t-shirts, but
all my t-shirts are free. Like either I got them as gifts, or I got them from working somewhere, or I got them from some like being at a charity or a church event or something. Like, give me free shirts, I'm good.
Yeah, no,
I have zero swag, as the kids say.
You do have like a little franchise going though.
Yeah, we really just want to entertain people, man. And like that timeline you saw, like the MCU timeline, we're working on a lot of that stuff. There's just 2 of us, but you just got to build. Like it's just a I think people think in short-term goals. I think they think money, 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 fame, 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 and that's fine. But like, I want something that'll last like 20 years, 25, 30 years, 40 years, you know? I want people to be able to come to that website in like 30 years and they're still getting new free stuff and checking it out. Yeah, it's just, I mean, what is it from Shawshank Redemption where he's like, get busy living or get busy dying? Like, what else are you gonna do? I can only watch so much Netflix.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's only so much you can do with your life and your time. If you're not doing something cool, I mean, there are painkillers. That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I'm not had very many painkillers though.
I just grit my teeth and accept it.
I'll just take my what is it? I'll just take my Paxil and get moving. All right.
You're like, I only drink the blood of my enemies.
So what are like some of your like favorite, books or comics or, because, you seem to be like a guy who dips your toe in a lot of things.
My favorite, I'll go genre.
What are some of your
genre.
favorite things? There you go.
My favorite things. That was that song. I really, really, really love Evangelion. Like, that is the one franchise that I do absolutely geek out over. I don't have like the waifu pillows or anything like that, but I've got the entire series, all the movies, all the remakes on DVD or Blu-ray up here. I've got a giant box that is the End of Evangelion VHS special edition box.
Oh, man.
It's got great art on it. That's my favorite movie of all time is End of Evangelion, and thank God I got to watch it in theaters last year. It's the best thing I'll ever see in theaters. That's my biggest geek out thing. I love comic books. Like I've got like the first appearance of Omega Red up there where he's fighting Wolverine on the cover. I've got X Factor, the first appearance of Archangel. He's my favorite X-Man. Books. I absolutely adore books. I wish I had more time to read books. I probably like reading novels more than I like reading graphic novels or comics, honestly. I say that. I really like Cerebus. You know that comic from the 70s?
Cerebus, you mean? Or
yes, Cerebus.
It's like Dave Sims?
It's like, yeah, Cerebus.
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I've not read it. I've heard it gets really weird.
It does, but that's the parts I like. Is when he starts writing these long, rambling, crazy things in between the art. Like I just like the balls that it took to do that. I don't agree with
that. Was like homegrown indie comics before that was ever a thing. Yeah. Yeah. Before the internet,
I don't need to agree with him that women are all voids that consume light.
Oh my god. Yeah.
To enjoy his work. Because that's what got him canceled before canceled was a thing. He was writing these long anti-women rants about how like men are form and they are void, and all they do is destroy form. And it's like, I get it, but I'm not going to openly say it.
Jeez,
good for you, man. I'm glad you openly said it.
Damn, dude.
He had just
trying to get me kicked off of YouTube.
He had just gone through a divorce at the time. I give him some leeway. But I think it came out that he had like groomed like a teenager or something.
Oh my god.
Okay, we can't get through that, dude. Like that.
That ain't right.
I don't know if that's true, but that was like the allegations, and it's like, all right, you lost me, dog. Like, I could defend you through some of the esoteric philosophy crap, but that, nah. I'm trying to go back through and kind of read a lot of the classics, a lot of the Western canon, which is ridiculous. Like, I didn't realize the Western canon was like thousands of books. That's how stupid I am. But I'm going through Dostoevsky, a lot of his stuff. He's probably my favorite author, even though he's hard to read. Josh and I did a book club on 1984.
Oh, and yeah, it's a great book.
Yeah, and we did multiple videos on it, and people kind of cringe when you mention 1984, any of the classics, like if you say like Tom Sawyer or anything like that. But it's like those things are classics for a reason.
Yeah.
And I don't think people will appreciate them. I try to post a lot about that. I try to post like short books that people can read, that like maybe indie authors can read or check out that they may not know about. And it's usually like stuff like that. It's like Hatchet or um Ayn Rand's Anthem, which is a brilliant book. Like little books that are like 100 pages, something like that. Um I enjoy I enjoy political philosophy. It's not my favorite thing. Like I'm not even registered to vote, but I enjoy like how people think like the world should run. This is not a this is not a what's the word? A promotion. What's the word I'm looking for?
An endorsement?
Yeah, this is not an endorsement. I've got Mencius Molebugs at Unqualified Reservations here.
I don't even think I've ever heard of this.
Curtis Yarvin, that's his real name.
Oh.
He's getting more popular now.
Was it like super racist?
No, it's just really he proposes kind of like a monarchical tech bro future where yeah. And,
so like the dystopia that like every like leftist on Twitter just like shudders in fear about.
Yeah, and rightfully so because it's not great. but the
I was gonna say, I mean, that doesn't sound great, but yeah, that's kind of what I think of when I think of that.
He coined the term the cathedral to describe like how government and media and business is kind of align on like a narrative. And I don't know, I just think you can entertain ideas without agreeing with them. Like I've tried to like study Islam some. I've tried to study Judaism and Gnosticism. I don't believe in those things, but I think you should have an open mind. Not that they could be right, but I don't know, just at least it be entertained by them.
Is Russia considered in the West? I don't know.
I think we take some of their writings as Western, but I don't think technically. Because I hate to say. I mean, I think
I've only heard of I've heard of Dostoevsky, of course, and like Tolstoy, but like I've heard like Dostoevsky's kind of like miserable. Like he's kind of
he's very honest about the human condition. Like
wasn't he like almost executed for like political descendancy or something like that?
I think he was like Stalin kind of sucks or something. No, it wasn't Stalin. It was I forgot who it was at the time. But yeah, he was almost executed. He like lived. He barely survived it, and then like changed his life. Well, he'll write something like I was sick.
You know what? Maybe it makes sense that he writes books that people consider like super bleak because like man. Being in Siberia, dude, that does not sound like a fun experience.
They're bleak, but they always have like a candlelight warmth at the end. It's always like I have survived hell within the world and myself, and now I know how to live. Something like that. But that's Russian literature, though. That's just
how it rolls over there. You know what? My friend Raph, he always says, or he once said that Russia's been raw dogged by history, and I'm like, you know what? Considering that, like, maybe it makes sense. They've earned the right to be super bleak. Holy shit!
They have. And I often wonder, and not to get off topic, but I often wonder what China is going to be like whenever, like in the future, because the communists went through them, like hot knife through butter and destroyed their culture, just like it did Russia. But they haven't collapsed yet because they've kind of embraced fascism, basically. If we're being honest, and Russia is a little bit different after the collapse of the Soviet Union, but. But the reason I promote Dostoevsky so much isn't just because he's a classic, it's because when you read him, it is like you're reading like the human soul. Like this guy understood a universal human.
Or sorry, finish your thought and then I'll.
No, he just understood humanity universally beyond all borders, races, or anything else.
Yeah, my friend Sam. It's funny. I was watching a conversation with my friends Sam and Jordan and Philip, and Sam brought up Crime and Punishment.
Yeah,
because they were talking about like nihilism and like pessimism and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, Crime and Punishment. Apparently, the guy's like trying to rationalize what he did, and then he's like, man, shit. I'm like, what? Maybe I gotta read. Crime and Punishment.
It's brilliant.
It doesn't sound as difficult as some people say if you put it like that.
It's I think people would call it dry, but I would call it warm. Like you you read it, and it is a lot of talking, and it is a lot of guys named Ivan talking in one room. But
So
when
you're
you
saying
read
like
it,
Ivan's like the John of Russia, you know?
yeah. And but when you read it, it's like if you really space the time and like the devotion to it, it is very warm. It does feel like you're surrounded like a small fire with your friends in a winter storm or something. Like the warmth comes from you being there with your friends, not from the joy of the sun.
You know what? I'll take my joy where I can get it, I guess, if I were
Exactly.
from
Well,
Russia.
there now now that Dostoevsky. I think that's where I can get it.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to put it on my to be read sooner list.
Well, it is. What's funny talking about nihilism and pessimism is like Nietzsche, who kind of pioneered nihilism, of course, and that idea and his idea of how to surpass it. Said Dostoevsky was the one philosopher that he like had no corrections for or could learn from.
Interesting.
Well, he had an ego. It's like really nobody. Gandhi, Jesus Christ. Well, not Gandhi, but
I was about to say. I think Gandhi was after Nietzsche's time.
yeah. That'd be funny. He would have hated Gandhi. But I mean, I find that
what a
stuff
mustache
interesting.
on that man. That's all I got to say about Nietzsche.
Yeah,
Like,
him and the Mark Twain.
that just freaking great mustache.
They
They had a good mustache game in Germany. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, until that one guy.
Yeah,
The worse the mustache, the worse the German.
the worst one had the smallest mustache.
That's how I judge my Germans now. It's based on the size of the mustache.
Yeah, I judge the quality of the man of his mustache. I like this.
I tried going through. I got a copy over here. I got it for $6. I got a copy of Mein Kampf, and I got it because it was $6. I'm like, where am I going to find this book?
Oh Lord. Well,
try to go
good
through
luck with
it
Mein
and
Kampf.
yeah,
It's not a pleasant read, but you know,
it's not. It's not.
it's just a guy ranting about Jews and
yeah,
the German government
and very egotistical. Like
yeah,
it's very narcissistic. Imagine that, right? The one thing that made me laugh in it, I'm gonna say this, is that there's a phrase at the beginning where he's like, and it's something to like, I didn't get into art school that I applied for. And there's no way I could have predicted what would happen next.
Forgot about that. It's almost like he knew what he was gonna do.
It's like a Norm Macdonald joke.
Almost sounds like a joke someone would make on Twitter about like Hitler or something. That's funny.
For the record and for YouTube,
it's like if Stalin friggin' went like, oh man, you know, me being a criminal, like imagine how far I'd come from that, you know?
Yeah, right. I wonder if I could take over a nation and kill millions of people.
Yeah. Oh,
so
man.
for the algorithm, Hitler and Stalin suck. I don't like them. I don't like any of their beliefs or any of those ideas. That's awful. But we explore, like, we have a series coming out maybe next year called The Blitz Beast, and what it is, it's about and this character appears at the end of Apollyon Volume 2.
Mm-mm.
Is
it Hitler?
No, but Hitler's involved. It's a guy who is in a suit that's been modified. It's an Imperial metal suit, so he's not an augment.
Okay.
He kills augments. But it's the third generation of his grandfather, an African American, was in World War II, got captured, and stole the first version of this that they called the Blitz Beast, and it had like the SS symbol and all the runes and stuff on it. So he weaponized like Nazi weaponry against them, and he discovered like the order, and his son, and he passed on the suit, and so this guy's been like third or fourth generation fighting the order and their augments, and he's still decked out in like a nicer version of this like Nazi built Imperial metal suit, and I love taking on like the evil of those ideologies head on, because like it gets so campy. It gets to be like a Quentin Tarantino film or something, which good for him. But it's like we know Nazis are bad and you should shoot them and stuff. But like, let's take this subject seriously.
I was about to say,
And,
I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah.
like carving a swastika in a dude's head's pretty hardcore.
I guess what I'm saying is like that and communism. They both of those ideologies were very close to taking over Europe or the world.
Mm-hmm.
And especially communism. And I think we should understand these things rather than just calling something we don't like fascism.
Good point.
I saw it today. Someone called because they were arguing Snyder, and somebody was like, well, he wanted, he's a fascist. He wanted to make.
I think I saw this actually.
He wanted to make an Ayn Rand. I was like, Ayn Rand's the most anti-fascist person you've ever met in your life. Like,
yeah, I always think it's kind of funny when people call her a fascist. I'm like, God. I'm not an Ayn Rand fan, but
I'm not either. That's what's funny.
just read one of her books, and you'll go like, okay, definitely. Yeah. She does not think fascism is based. We'll just say
no.
That.
She gave speeches against all of it because she considered collectivism evil. Mm-hmm. She knew that all of these beliefs, socialism, communism, Nazism, fascism, destroyed the individual. But I mean, let's just be honest. In our modern world, it's that she hated socialism. That's what people don't like about her. To be honest.
Yeah, and also being like, being a selfish person, kind of based. And you're like, that's gonna piss some people off. Like,
I don't adhere to objectivism. Like, I've promoted her book Anthem a lot because it as a work of fiction, it's great. But at the end, it is outright Luciferian. It is Prometheus, the Promethean man, the rejection of all masters, all kings, all gods there's no other way to say it, the Promethean man, which is the foundation of Luciferian.
Did you ever play BioShock?
I did. And I understand the connection there, yeah.
Oh. I was about to say, I was really fascinated with BioShock for a while because, I had a phase where I was really fascinated with objectivism, not really I wasn't like a, Randian or nothing like that, but I was real just fascinated with it. And then there's this game that's like, hey, let's see how that would work. It goes wrong.
I think people should explore that kind of stuff. I think the greatest thing is especially when you tell a young man, if you shake your finger at him like an old school marm and you're like, oh, you shouldn't do that. The first thing he's gonna do is go research it, And it's like, if these things, I'm not telling people to go learn certain political theories, but I'm saying people are going to research stuff, and if they don't do it out in the open, then they'll go to the stupid corners of the internet, and then you'll get the Nick Fuentes types.
God, yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't think that's cool. I think we should be able to study things objectively.
Be like, sense, going back to this weird Hitler thing. But
sorry to get you canceled off YouTube.
Get kicked off of YouTube. Oh Lord, I've said some crazy shit in my time, and YouTube hasn't kicked me off yet, so I think we're good. But yeah, if you tell them not to do it, they'll find the Hitler, the people who are Hitler kind of based, and you're like that.
Yeah, that's what's gonna get clipped right there.
You don't want to run into that, No,
and I've got friends that are into anti-Semitic stuff openly, and I don't agree with it. And I've got friends that are into straight up communist revolution ideas. I don't see how that concerns me.
Yeah,
I've got friends that believe all kinds of stuff. It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to promote it, but I don't care.
Yeah, I was actually talking to my friend Raph, who lives in Germany, the other day, and we were talking a bit about how what they can do with regards to Nazism, and they're like, oh yeah, if you go talking about Nazis and shit, or wear a swastika, you can get arrested. I'm like, oh my god,
don't send him any memes, man. He might get arrested.
Hope not.
The guys that are fighting Nazism may come in the night and seize him and arrest him without a trial.
Yeah.
No, I just think you should be able to openly talk about this stuff, not promote it. I don't agree with that, but. I know there was an artist, she was on Newgrounds. Her name was Emily Yukas, and I don't agree with her, but she was a great animator. She made this really sadistic dog animation that got popular. And I was like, oh, I remember her. So I looked her up, and it's like, oh, her and her husband are promoting the worst ideas ever. Okay,
Why
like
are
I
there
don't like
so
I
many
don't like
people promoting like Nazism? Like it's
yeah, like I don't agree with that, but like I can step back and say like that person was a good artist, unlike Hitler. Like
I've seen some of Hitler's paintings. I'm like, yeah, I'm
he's
not
better
like an
than me.
art connoisseur, but like it's
Yeah.
okay. Like it's not bad.
You're like it's nothing compared to like
There's no
my
Jack
Okie
Kirby,
my
you know.
Okie thing back here.
It's no William Blake or Jack Kirby.
Oh, nice. I love William Blake. I'm going through Songs of Innocence and Experience right now. I'm
Oh
taking
yeah,
it very
that's
slowly. Um, no, it's just I do believe in separating the art from the artist for as much as possible. I
I'm
think
a weird. I'm kind of a contrarian on this. I do think like
yeah
art is a good way to understand the artist's mindset in a
yeah
strange way. So it's kind of
no
hard for me to like separate the art and artist.
I think art is made so that good men can exercise their demons and that bad men can like reach for divinity, like and everything in between.
Interesting.
I think I think that's what it is. Like I was a big fan of the band Brand New, and then it turns out he was like grooming underage chicks, and it's like, well,
Oh,
yeah,
isn't that the
that's
guy? And aren't
horrible.
those the guys who did what's that album called? The God and the Devil are raging
Or
inside
Raging
me.
Inside of Me, yeah, fantastic record, one of the best records of its time. I can appreciate that music and still think that guy should go to prison, like,
Yeah, like reading like
or
Cormac
worse.
McCarthy, and you're like, oh man,
Yeah. Well, we
still
have
love
a joke
McCarthy.
because like we're from the South, and like Josh and I have that joke is like we're Southern Gothic is just Gothic, but with way more N words. Like
Yeah, that's about right.
it is like you'll be reading a book and you're like, he's gonna say it. Like there's that one character you're like, this dude's saying it. I know he is. Like, you get to that page, yeah, he said it.
I'm like, damn, he's just dropping the heart. Like, oh man, jeez, oh man. Like I was reading like a Southern Gothic book, and they're like dropping the N word everywhere. I was like, damn, dude, like, oh my god.
We almost put it in Apollyon 1 because Colt, one of the protagonists, his dad was a KKK member.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
like, all right, this guy's got to say something, right? And we went with a less offensive name, but strictly because in our heart of hearts, we did not want to. I don't like. I kind of shake off everything. Like I really think that free speech is super important, but I really did not want to hurt someone. If
Uh-huh.
someone legitimately would feel hurt from something like that,
Mm-hmm.
so that's a reason. And the second was I didn't want a controversy or that level, like Garth Ennis level of crap, to be like the reason people read it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got to read this
Yeah.
book. They put this word in it, and I think that's lame.
Well,
Like,
I don't think Garth Ennis drops the N word in many of his.
and the
comics.
boys he did because
Oh, he did?
the Homelander did
Oh,
numerous times.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was about to say, I was thinking like maybe in Preacher he does because it takes place in
Probably,
Texas,
yeah.
but like, oh yeah, I forgot about the boys.
Yeah,
I was actually talking with someone about the boys the other day, and I'm like,
the boys.
look, I love me some Ennis, okay? I cut him some slack, but there are some parts of the boys I'm just like, oh my god, dude, like this is a bit too mean spirited for my taste. Just
That's the thing is Ennis is a great writer when he's not being himself. What's funny is before the
when you
boys,
get someone to rein him in, he does his best work. Yeah.
but before I knew the boys was him, before I even knew like the comic, I knew the comic existed, and then I saw the show, and as soon as I saw Homelander drink breast milk, I was like, I'll bet this is Garth Ennis. like paused it, looked it up, and I was like, oh, it is Garth Ennis. I knew it. Like I knew it as soon as Homelander drank some woman's breast milk. This has to be Garth Ennis. I don't know if he put that in the comic, but
I don't
I was
think
like, this
so.
is something. This is something he would do because I remember Preacher, the horrific debauch things in Preacher.
Don't get in the Preacher. It gets pretty depraved.
It
I
is.
love Preacher, but I can see how
Yep.
I was telling a friend of mine, I'm like, he left his like church a while back, and I'm just like, hey, you could try Preacher. I don't know if you're gonna like it or not, but you might find it cathartic,
Yeah.
you
You might find it Catholic.
Yeah.
I think it was like I said. I think he's a great writer. I think he's objectively a great writer when he doesn't go off the rails. And I think, but I think Preacher probably could have been half as long as it was. I think I think it
I
starts
love
to
it.
drag. I do too. I think to me it peaks in volume 2 with his family.
Oh yeah.
And then to me, I think the last
I was about to say
2
like
or 3
my favorite parts are like when he gets rid of his family.
Yeah.
The Santa Killer stuff.
Yep.
When he breaks up with Cast, or not really breaks up because they're not like
Yeah.
relationship, but like they split up, and then like the ending.
Yep. Cass's
That's
story
peak,
after
that's
that
peak
is really
Preacher
good
for me.
Yeah. I think there's just a lot of fluff between that.
Sure,
that
yeah.
Yeah. But I think that is an issue that plagues comics in general. Like I know I have the Uncanny X-Force run by Rick Remender. And that's
I
the
still need
same
to read
thing.
that because I have Deadly Class over here. I've been meaning to finish that for years.
Remender is another guy that's a great writer, but he needs an editor. Like his pacing is off, and I don't know. The reason I bring that run up is because it's good. It's objectively good, but to me, it's overhyped. I think it's a solid like B plus. The art is not consistently good. Like I don't mind if art isn't consistent. Like they get different artists, but it needs to be consistently good if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And the story starts out strong, gets very weak, goes off the rail, and comes back around to like a B minus ending. But it's objectively probably the best Deadpool story I've ever read. That's really straight. That's a really thing to land on. I know, but it's really good.
I was about to say I love Deadly Class though, man. Like
I haven't checked it out. I know what you're talking about, but I hadn't checked it out.
It was funny. On my previous episode, I was talking about how badly like some like adaptations have just dropped, like the Image darlings, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm kind of glad they didn't make Saga into a TV show because man, the track record is so bad right now.
I think Brian K. Vaughan wrote that. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think he actually said at the beginning that he wanted to make it so it couldn't be adapted.
Yeah,
He made it so weird and elaborate for that. I'm not a Saga fan, but I respect Brian K. Vaughan.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, like I think you're the first person I met who doesn't like at least enjoy Saga.
I don't like it. Now I loved his initial run of Runaways. That's how I met Brian K. Vaughan.
That's how I first found him too. Yeah.
Those are brilliant. I love those first 12 issues. The only thing is I think it's got I think the vampire storyline is weak. I think that's fluff, but I would, to me, that's a masterclass in starting in comics. I love those first 12 issues. Did you read 7 to Eternity by Remender?
I read the first volume of that, and my friend Shay, his name's Zachary Shay, he really loves that series, and I was just kind of like, I started it, and I was kind of like, I felt the pacing was kind of off, but...
Yeah, that's Remender.
But that's the thing, like, I think Deadly Class, the pacing in that is great, you know? Like,
I'll have to check it out, then maybe he improved on that one.
I'm just like, maybe it's just like Deadly Class, he was just cooking, I don't know, but like...
Or edited.
Or edited, yeah. But
I will agree with you on that, like, I would say finish 7 to Eternity, but the number one thing is the pacing. That's it. The number one complaint I have.
Yeah, or that's an issue I have with a lot of comics because like even from like guys I like, you know, like I'm reading, or it's one of the weird things because I've read it, but I haven't finished it. I'm finishing it this year, but I'm reading Descender right now. I think I really like Descender, but there's also parts where like. I think it could have like slowed down a little bit. There's some pacing problems I have with it.
That's a recurring thing. I don't know. Maybe, and my thinking is that we know these guys are good writers.
Yeah.
So maybe that's an editorial problem.
Maybe that's what I think. Because like I read a book from Donny Cates called God Country, which is pretty good. There's some really good like emotional moments, but like again, there was some like pacing problems. And then I read like his Venom take. I thought that was really good. The first couple volumes, anyway. I'm like, maybe he's like Grant Morrison. Just like get him a good editor to like rein him in, and like he does some really good work. I don't know.
You mean you don't want like a whole essay on the symbol of like on the symbolism of one item, like written over and over and over again? I don't need a psychological breakdown of Batman for 4 pages.
I was about to say. When you get Grant Morrison off the leash, you get the Invisibles. So
I will never. Oh, this is so strange. I can't. I have a love-hate relationship with his new X-Men run. First off,
I'm the same way because like there's some objectively brilliant stuff in that series. Like
I hate Frank Quietly's art.
What?
You
know what? I'll back up and say I can see how it might turn some people off, but I will not hear any slander about All-Star Superman. Like that's all.
I'll let go. The new X-Men. I don't need to see Cyclops, Wolverine, Emma Frost, and Jean Grey have Down syndrome for like 80 issues.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. His Wolverine does look really weird. Like it kind of looks.
Their lips.
He looks like a cat man. Or no, that's
their
Beast.
Their eyes look weird.
His Beast looks weird. Like his Beast looks like a cat person. I'm just like, what is that?
Pull up. Just pull up any Jean Grey or Emma Frost. They have a massive forehead. their eyes are really wide, like apart. They look awful. He somehow made Jean Grey and Emma Frost look awful. So there's that. And second, Grant Morrison has wonderful ideas in that story or in that run. But the execution is really weird. Like, I don't know. It's a really big mixed bag. But then I'm giving him credit because I'm like, that's kind of like what X-Men has always been. We just don't like to admit it.
Unless it's like Claremont. But then again, even Claremont had the down moments.
At least it wasn't the Down syndrome moments. He had good artists.
I was gonna say, well, him and John Byrne, that's like peak Claremont X-Men right there.
my only beef, and it's a small one with Claremont, is that my God, could he be wordy sometimes?
Oh yeah. He definitely. We would need him and Alan Moore to do a who's more wordy contest. Maybe throw Bendis into the.
That really made me mad, was reading the first page of Moore's notes for Watchmen, and it's like, dude, shut up. Like that he wrote to the artist, it's like, okay, we're at a rooftop, and it's da-da-da-da-da-da. It reads like David Lee Roth on a bender, like his mind. That's what it reads like.
Well, you've just offended like so many comic book fans.
It's his notes. It's like, dude, why don't you just say, "Pen is falling, has blood on it." Smiley face.
He's Alan Moore. That's all I'll say. You know, what was that?
He just says what the Snake God says.
You know what? That's true. That's true. I was like, I got to give all my props to Dave Gibbons because that man's a miracle worker.
Yeah. Brilliant artist. Yeah.
He put all of Alan Moore's crazy ideas into a book. He made it work. I'm just like, oh my God.
I wonder if he just started to ignore him. And he's like, sure, Alan.
Sure, buddy.
Whatever. Hiss.
I don't know. You'd have to ask Dave Gibbons about it because Alan Moore doesn't want to talk about Watchmen anymore.
And you can't take away from Moore what he did. Like, he's brilliant. Like, he's a brilliant brilliant writer. I'm not reading Lost Girls. That's not happening.
It's not the best thing he's done. I'll say that. It's not great. It's not very good.
Well, I mean, this sounds
even From Hell was hard to read. I was like, oh my God, I have to.
That is true.
Down. Yeah, well, I do want to read. I do want to try it again because I think I didn't give it a fair shake.
Yeah, it's great, but I'm gonna say this, and this is blasphemous. V for Vendetta is kind of hard to read because he starts rambling like 3/4 of the way through. And
I was about to say, if you're talking about like the Scottish guy, then I'll give you that. But I think V for Vendetta is great. But whatever.
Oh, it's great. No, it's great. It's just I feel like this sounds so bad. The movies are better in a lot of ways of his works. And
is it because Zack Snyder made the Watchmen movie? Is that why it is?
That ending is better. Yeah, I think the V for Vendetta. I think what they edited with V for Vendetta was better too.
I think V for Vendetta is the best Alan Moore adaptation we're gonna get. Because I have my gripes with the Watchmen adaptation, and from what I've heard, the From Hell adaptation's really bad. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. You know what? I kind of like that movie.
It's campy.
In a very like guilty like in the same way I love All-Star, Batman, and Robin the Boy Wonder. It's very very
He's
guilty
the goddamn
pleasure.
Batman.
Yeah, very very guilty pleasure way.
I love Van Helsing. I get like the movie. Oh, dude, I saw Black Adam like 6 times in theaters. I totally get guilty pleasure. I didn't only pay to go once, but
you snuck in the other times.
I did. No one's watching the door. They wanted you to walk up to the counter, wait in line where they buy like popcorn and buy your ticket there. I was like, I'm not doing that. And like you walk through and there's like some 15-year-old kid that doesn't care, like pushing a broom. He's not gonna stop me.
Going back to the Grant Morrison X-Men though, like kind of what's frustrating about that is like there wasn't a consistent artist, so you're just kind of like, damn it, I always hate that.
Yeah, as long as it's not quietly, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I think Morrison did some great stuff. I wrote a thread on it. Oh, I think I remember it now. I think he made a lot of pitfalls too, though. Like Cyclops is cheating on Jean again. He's all but useless. That whole
I actually thought the Scott Summers getting with Emma was pretty interesting.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think that's a great idea. I didn't really care for the execution because he was so reliant.
What
on
he
her.
did to Magneto, though, oh my god!
That was weird. Made him a drug addict.
Like there's so many there's so many like X-Men villains you can just turn into a campy cartoon character. Like why did you do that to Magneto, man? Like
it was.
It's like if you took
really
like
strange.
it's like if you took he's like the most complex villain I could think. It's like turning Ozymandias into a Saturday morning cartoon character.
Yeah.
Come on.
I did like that Magneto was manipulating one of the Cuckoo sisters.
Oh yeah.
But that was really short. Like it feels, that whole ending feels super rushed. And then out of nowhere you get a biblical allegory of Beast as the Antichrist 1,000 years later.
Forgot about that.
They just tagged that on at the end. Like, here's 4 issues of now Beast is the Antichrist. Okay, cool. Thanks, Grant.
Oh man, I'm actually for 2026. I've been doing the Year of Lemire this year for 2025, so I'm just been reading a bunch of Jeff Lemire stuff.
All right.
So I reread Sweet Tooth. I'm reading through Descender. Probably gonna read Gideon Falls in October. Read some other stuff from him I haven't read yet. I'm gonna do that with Grant Morrison next year. I'm really
like
gonna
candles.
I'm gonna
draw a pentagram on the ground.
What'd you say?
Light candles and put like a salt circle pentagram on the ground.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna like smoke some hash and go into it.
You're gonna close the book and just go, what? I gotta tell you that story, man. I had joint issues. I found that out. Like, apparently,
is that why you took the painkillers?
No, that was for kidney stones.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This was my body just sucks.
Your body's not.
I found out like my shoulder kept popping out.
Oh.
And the doctor, and then my knee went out, and the doctor was like, "Oh yeah, your joints go like this when they should go like this." That's wonderful to know. So I could never get my joints back in. Like, there's a problem with it. So I always had to go to the emergency room to get it popped back in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had a problem with painkillers my whole life. So they were trying to like dope me up, and I was like, dude, you gotta knock me out. Like, this stuff's not gonna work. And they gave me like 3 doses of maybe Dilaudinum, like something heavy, and it didn't work. And it was like 2 hours in, my arm's still out, and I'm like, this still hurts, doc. Like, this sucks. Like,
damn, your body's just like, bring it with the painkiller.
Yeah, but not with the actual pain. I'll cry. Like, I was like, you gotta just knock me out. You gotta knock me out. Give me anesthesia. So they did that, and then the next time I told them, I was like,
so is it like if you if you stretch or something, or is it just like
you'll just
be like moving around, and it'll just pop out?
It got so bad I couldn't put a coat on.
Oh my god!
So I got surgery. I got it fixed.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But the last time they had to pop it in, I was like, hey, look at my record. I was here like 2 months ago. Like, you got to give me something that like knocks me out. And they were like, well, we don't like doing anesthesia because last time you stopped breathing. I was like, oh, jeez, that's good to know. So they were like, we're going to give you ketamine.
Oh my god!
And I was like, I've heard that. And like, I think I heard that on Joe Rogan once. It doesn't sound good. But I was like, I don't want anything psychedelic, because the last time I took anything like that, like, I saw like black worms trying to eat my limbs.
Oh, jeez.
and I was out for like multiple hours. And the nurse goes, oh, there's no psychotropic effects. It's like, okay, so I believed her. So like 10,000. I don't know, 10,000 years later in my head, like, I didn't know. I was a white ball that didn't know who I was, didn't know what I ever was. There was nothing else, and that lasted for an eternity. Turns out it was like 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
They came back, and I was like, she lied to me.
You've had a lot of interesting experiences from the sound of it.
And none of it was intentional. Like, I'm not a hippie or anything. It was just
No, no. I hear you. No, it's just like you literally had like a Grant Morrison, like,
Yeah.
you saw the origins of the universe moment. I hear you.
I guess. None of it's ever good. There's always like evil things there. Like I've had that experience too. Like I used to have a like sleep what is it, where they're like you can't move paralysis. I would like see things and like hear things and stuff like that. I saw a ghost horse once on the road. It was really weird. Like I saw this white horse running beside me. It was like super late at night, and like it jumped and it just vanished over the road. Like,
You want to talk about the randomness of dreams, just kind of going in this weird,
sure.
like, I had a dream last night that there's this YouTuber I watch who was teaching like a class. I was back in high school again. And I was like,
that's hell right there.
and I got lost. I left my books, and I left some books in the classroom to go eat lunch or something like that. And I come back, and there's like, it's all over the place. Like there's books all over the place. And there was another one where I had to there was another part of the dream where I had to like kill a vampire. It was ridiculous.
Your dreams sound awesome.
Yeah, my dreams are freaking out there, man. Like,
you should make a comic about your dreams.
I probably should. It would just be like, it would be insane.
If you're looking for artists, and especially that kind of deep stuff, like weird stuff, you should have this guy on name, he goes by the name Addison Brody. I met him at a horror con down here, and he writes for us now. He wrote the Apollyon 20XX Incantations.
Oh, yeah.
And he's actually wrote the Blitz Beast comic I was talking about. And brilliant guy. I talk to him every Friday. He's really cool. He's a young guy. He's like 22, 23.
Oh, shit. This guy's like my age.
Yeah, you should get him on there. I'll give him your information because he's not on social media. He's on Instagram, so I'll just give you that. He's making a comic for us called Mr. Slip. That's like a 70s crime thing, but it's done in the style of like an old zine, so it's very cartoony.
Huh, okay.
Very violent. And he's a super interesting dude. You should have him on.
That sounds cool. That guy sounds cool.
Yeah. I don't know how else to say. Like he wrote a short story, like a novella almost, called Venus and the Bold, that he hasn't released yet. It's kind of like Clive Barker, like very violent.
I've only read the Hellhound Heart, or Hellbound. Is it Hellbound or Hellhound?
Hellbound, yeah, Hellbound Heart.
Hellbound Heart, which is where Hellraiser comes from. I'm like, geez, this is insane.
He wrote that movie too. That's what's why I think he was like a director.
He directed it.
Something. Yeah, and he killed it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was funny. I was actually talking with some friends of mine the other day about Clive Barker. I'm like, yeah, that dude's he's something else, man.
Yeah, every book you're gonna get gore and gay stuff. Usually at the same time.
No, but like, oh man, like, but yeah, going back to like, because I haven't read like the big like Grant Morrison stuff. I haven't read Animal Man. I haven't read Doom
Mr.
Patrol.
Miracle. Did he do that?
I haven't read his Batman run, which I've heard is absolutely insane.
Did you read Arkham Asylum?
I did read Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
I do love that book.
I love Dave McKean.
That's true.
I love that art.
Yeah, he's something else, man.
I enjoyed. I was gonna say this. I enjoyed Sandman the first time I read it, and then the second or third, and then I kind of got turned off on it, not because Neil Gaiman is apparently a sex pest,
yeah.
But because I realized that like he kind of contributed to like the deconstruction of fairy tales and classic, because like he kind of brought everything down to like our level, and I think he did it out of respect. But when you read it, it's kind of like some of this kind of sucks. Like, and I didn't like Fables because of that. Like I was like, I don't need to see Snow White. Like
I haven't read Fables yet, but
I wouldn't
friends who
recommend
love
it.
And I'm like, I don't know. It's, like I've read Hellboy and Sandman and you saw a ball there. I'm like, I've read Hellboy and like Sandman. I don't really know if it'll match up to those two.
It's Fables, and he didn't write it, but it's just to me, it's very just modern.
I did really
or
enjoy the Wolf
postmodern.
Among Us though, the video game. I like that.
I didn't play that one. I should because I need to get back into gaming. But anyway, Fables. I don't know. When I look back on it, I'm like, this very just much feels like modern Joss Whedon kind of deconstructionist. Like it's not as deep as I think that it's presented as itself. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's actually how I learned about Brian K. Vaughan was from Joss Whedon, because like I guess
Yeah.
like Joss Whedon, before it turned out he was fucking weirdo too.
He wrote part of Runaways, and it was like the crappy part.
Yeah, I know he did an X-Men run. I'm like, man, I gotta check that out, because like the only ones I'm familiar with are Claremont and Morrison.
You're good.
yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. Though I've heard some people go like, it's pretty good, but it's basically like him like going like, oh man, wasn't the Claremont stuff great?
So yeah, we know that the man's still alive, and they won't let him write for some reason. It's like, imagine if Jack Kirby was still alive, and they're like, no, Jack, you can't draw.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
sorry, I saved that franchise for you.
fuck you. I'll burn that.
I think he still writes like off-brand X-Men comics.
Does he?
Just doesn't.
I don't know.
I think he does. Like, I think he was writing X-Men stories that they don't publish, and he's like, I don't care. What are they gonna do? Sue me?
Oh, oh man, I remember oh, who else? Like, it's been kind of shitty. The 2020 has been kind of shitty, because it's just like a lot of these writers I really like are just fucking weird. Like Warren Ellis a few years ago. I was like,
I was
damn
gonna
it.
say Warren Ellis. Wasn't that a whole thing? Yeah.
Like, damn it. And then like fucking Neil Gaiman last year. I was like, damn it.
Dude, indie
Like,
comics,
how-
it's even worse.
Like how hard is it to be a good person? Like a fucking normal, well-adjusted person. Like, Jesus.
And like, I don't understand it, because none of these dudes are attractive. Like, it's like, you think at some point you'd be like, you know what? I shouldn't subject anyone to this. Like,
I don't know.
I'm telling you though, indie comics are worse, man. Like, there's so much drama that we dodge.
Oh, I was
People
about
are
to say, there's a
crazy.
lot there's like sex pests and
I don't know about that. I'm just like just people being generally like weird. Like,
Yeah, I've seen Tyler have a couple like discussions with this dude, and he has this freaking walrus mustache. I forget the guy's name, but like he's always weird.
oh, Tony.
Tony? Is that the dude's name?
Yeah, I got no problem with Tony. In fact, this sounds funny, like, because I don't mean it, because I don't have any beef with Tyler, but we've had a beef with Tyler, but he started it.
Jeez.
I try to keep that stuff like very low. Like, if someone is like, I just mute people usually. I'll block sometimes. Like if I can tell it's a bot, I block. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But usually I just mute and move on. We aren't Comicsgate, but we're cool with people in Comicsgate. I've had no problem with Comicsgate. But I know some people who have, and I try to be wary of like personal feelings between people. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I've had friends in real life that hate each other, but they're friends with me. I don't care what their beef is. I don't care what Israel and Palestine are doing right now. Like, that's none of my
Lord.
business. That's none of my business. Like,
I
I
didn't
don't
want to
care
go
what-
into Israel and Palestine.
well, yeah, why would I want to go there? It sucks. Like, there's always bombings.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
I
freaking
know some,
terrorists and bombings. Like, it's just like, I don't want to fucking deal with that.
I know some, like, I know like church people that are like, oh, we're gonna go to the Holy Land. It's like, well, have fun. Like, I'm not going there. Like, why would I go there?
I think I would
Why
just
would I
be
go
overwhelmed.
anywhere-
I think if I ever went to Israel, I would just be overwhelmed by like, holy shit, the Bible happened here. You know?
Like, yeah, and now the Armageddon's happening there.
Oh shit.
It's like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going to any country where I stand out. Like,
Yeah. You know what? That's a good idea.
So, yeah, it's but like, I just stuff like that. I'm saying, like, with indie comics drama, like, I don't care who likes who doesn't like who's had beef with who. Like, we're all adults. Like, we're grown adults. Like, that's not how. Sometimes men can fight and then you let it go. So none of that matters. At least to me, it doesn't matter. Now, if someone was a sex pest, like, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not great. I need some therapy, bro.
I do think art does attract the more chaotic mind, though. Like, I don't know if you can be an artist without having some kind of like weirdness.
Yeah.
Or at least, I don't mean this offensively, but at least some kind of feminine aspect. And I think well, I mean that in like the good way, like the divine like chaos, like divine potential. And I think that's hard for men to wrangle, and that's why it's interesting, and that's where creativity comes from. But it's also hard to compartmentalize, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, interesting, bro.
I'm like, oh Lord, it's turning into like Joe Rogan real quick,
Well, no, I'm not as jacked as he is. I don't have any deer meat to eat.
Oh, that's true. That's fair point.
Well, I mean, but that's the beauty of art. Though. I mean, like, art is it's the waters of the unknown. I don't know. It is the manifest destiny.
Yeah, I
find
like comics in particular attract some interesting characters.
Yeah.
Like, where else could like Grant Morrison do his thing but in comics?
Well, Alan Moore tried writing, but like no one buys his novels. Like, I'm not reading Jerusalem. I think it's like 1,000 pages or something.
I actually own Jerusalem. I just haven't dared touch it yet.
My artist owns it, and I was like, "Hey man, is that good?" He's like, "No, it sucks." I was like, "Okay." And he's a voracious reader. Like, Josh reads everything, and he's like, "That sucks. I'm not reading that."
I don't know, man. It's so big, bro. Like, it took him like a decade to write that damn thing. Like, I don't know, man.
I've read like what Stephen King's like the full version of The Stand.
Yeah, but like Stephen King's like approachable. Alan Moore, you don't know what you're getting out of it. You might go like,
yeah. Here's the thoughts of a fly from 20 minutes ago about like the Egyptian pyramid that its blood ancestor knew or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
has nothing to do with the story, but.
And then there's like a attempted rape. You're just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Well, at least it's attempted. Not successful. That was a Simpsons joke where Sideshow Bob got arrested for attempted murder. He's like, oh, do they give awards for attempted science or chemistry?
That was a good time. Those were good times, Prime Simpsons. No.
Yep.
No.
Well.
What were you saying?
No, just I don't want to bore you. Like I can talk for 3 hours, or I can go to bed. It's up to you.
I was about to say we can probably go for another like 20 minutes. No,
sure.
Probably.
Well, what are you? Are you working on anything in particular at all, or any ideas spinning?
I started on the second book that is the sequel to the first book that I already wrote, but then I got busy with stuff. I'm working at a radio station right now, so I haven't really like found the time to sit down and do anything yet.
That would be cool if it was 1976.
All right, well played.
Are you building like unicycles on the side as well, like those big ones?
No, we're not doing that.
A shoe shiner?
No, we're not doing that. No. But yeah, I'm reading. I started some books. I started a fantasy saga called Malazan Book of the Fallen. Here's the first book called Gardens of the Moon. I call this my airplane copy because it's real small, and you find like these kind of small books at like airports, shit. And people are like, "Oh man, it's a little complicated." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." And I was reading it. I'm like, "Okay, this isn't too hard to follow." Like, there's, you gotta be kind of discerning, but it's not too hard to follow. And he just starts fucking chucking, the author Steven Erikson he just starts chucking stuff at you. You're just like, "What is this? Hold on, we're going 200 years in the past. Wait a minute, now we're talking about shit that already happened in the previous section. What the fuck is going on here?" Like, somebody explain it. I luckily have some friends of mine who are helping me along, but like, I'm just like, Jesus, me and my big mouth. That's all I gotta say.
Maybe you should have let the AI write this section.
take that, Erickson. No, I'm kidding. And, he's probably a nice guy.
I have found that problem though, especially with fantasy authors, is that they get into world building or they get into genealogies or something, and they don't have Tolkien's skill to pull it off. Quite frankly,
Yeah.
And I avoid that stuff. If I'm being honest, I usually avoid like world building and that kind of deeper lore stuff because I don't find it interesting too much. I like characters. Characters are like my favorite thing.
That's interesting. I actually really like the world building stuff.
Yep.
I really like the world building stuff.
Reading it or writing it.
Well, yeah.
I don't like
writing it. I was about to say writing it can be a hassle. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I like thinking about it. I'll put it that way. Actually, writing it down can be kind of a hassle.
Well, that's the thing is like did you see the Orc City meme that was going around Twitter?
Yeah, actually, my friend John. That was
that was way out of proportion. Like everyone's gonna.
I think he was like criticizing something, and he's like, "Oh yeah," and they showed like a passage from his book, and then it just blew up, and I was just like, "Oh my god."
Well, as someone who did go viral earlier this year for comparing a movie to like a personal experience I had, he has my deepest sympathies because bots and terrible people are just gonna post like Joss Whedon dialogue, be like, "Oh, did you see this? Really?" Exclamation point! Like check this out. Like it's total crap like that. But I say all that to say like I don't like fantasy authors, especially like nowadays. It's weird territory. Like where do you go past Tolkien basically? Because like we had George R.R. Martin, and he kind of brought it down to a human level or whatever. But where do you go after that? You know?
Well, I guess Malazan, because like a lot of my friends like, bro, Malazan, oh my god. And I was just like, okay. I mean, because I generally stick with like trilogies, because like George R.R. Martin kind of burned me a bit with not finishing his freaking series.
And the ending of the series on TV sucked.
Yeah.
I've never.
And also, I just don't like those like multi-book
like
sagas. I just get that it can just be really exhausting to me.
Yeah.
So. But I finally decided to try like Malazan because they're like, hey, it's not as touched by Tolkien, and I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of curious to see what like an epic fantasy that's not like riffing from Tolkien would look like. Yeah. And we'll see.
The most thing I think that isn't taken from Tolkien is the heart. Like I think the warmth. People forget that. Like Tolkien is very much like, let's eat some bread and butter and talk and sing a song.
Yeah. Or Tom Bombadil will show up and just start like singing about
the river and all this stuff. This river he married.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think if you weren't, I think there's some stuff that if you're not that person, you probably can't write that way. But I don't know. I don't know, like sci-fi and fantasy right now are just in a very strange place. Like I don't feel any call to really read them that much. Like I'm not a Sanderson fan. I got nothing against Sanderson. It's just, I'm not reading like 20 books or whatever he's written.
You want to talk about a guy who's like all focused on the like world building and stuff and like magic and shit. I'm like, oh my god, like. Also, it's just like his approach has never really interested me, so I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I'll try one of his standalones, but like I'm not really feeling this.
He said, I don't like people who finish their series.
I'm still kind of miffed at George R.R. Martin for that.
I hope he hates himself. Like I hope he wakes up every day and he's like, oh, you could finish it, George, but you suck too much. Like I hope it eats away at him like a Edgar Allan Poe story. Like called like the Unfinished Tome or something like that.
He starts hearing like heartbeat or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a typewriter. Who was that guy? There was that one guy that put out his last book, and he was like, "See, George, it wasn't that hard. Like that was the foreword to the book." He just said, "See, George, it's not that hard."
Yeah, I think it was like Larry Correa, and I'm like, oh my god. The dude's literally like the David Simon of like fantasy literature. Like he's always like arguing with people on like Twitter, and I'm just like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? Like
that's awesome. Good for him.
Are you kidding me, dude? Like
I think we need more people like that. That's what people like Teddy Roosevelt did that. Like every great man in some of his field before 1960 did that. Like, but until marijuana got like popular, that's how men were.
I mean, I don't know if anything's as punk rock as getting shot and then like
You finishing your
and you
speech.
you finish your speech, and you like even flex to the crowd. You're like, oh, it'll take more than that to take me down. Like, yeah.
What do you think I am, Lincoln?
I watched a casket, so haha, yeah.
He has some wild stories. Like I think he quit the Navy to join the Army so he could kill like more like Mexicans or whatever, or
Yeah.
Cubans.
Yeah.
That was his like thing. He's like, oh, I want to kill more men.
He also he's also the only person who's won a Medal of Honor and the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm just like, dude, this guy's accomplished, man.
It's the mustache.
It's the
We're back to the mustache. The worse your mustache, the more like Hitler you are.
Oh man. Oh, don't do my boy Teddy like that.
He had a great stash. What's the last president that had a great stash?
Oh Lord. Oh God. I don't even remember.
See? Was it Teddy?
I don't even know. They all started clean shaving after Teddy. They're like, I can't beat that.
And look how worse the world became.
Oh.
Somebody use that Wyatt Earp stash, that Doc Holliday stash.
Oh man. Oh man. No, I remember oh man. It's like Alan Moore with beards. Like, don't even try after that. Like, you know.
They said that dude has looked 80 since he was 20.
Yeah. He looks like a freaking cult leader. It's like, dude. Oh,
There's
man.
that picture of him with like the hammer and sickle shirt, and it's like, Alan, come on, man. Communism sucks. Like, and you look awful. I tried watching his like speech masterclass, writing masterclass thing on YouTube, and I just kept laughing, like just seeing this guy speak. It's like, man, you look like Vader should be throwing you down a shaft.
You know, I wouldn't be shocked if Alan Moore had force lightning abilities. You know, like
because of his hatred for his own work.
Yeah. I don't know if he hates his own work, but he's not pleased with it.
He's seeing Rorschach in the corner of his house.
He
Like
chases
the
him with
Blair
a
Witch.
broom. Chases him off with his broom.
I'm mad. People had different interpretations of you. I like to think that Steve Ditko like haunts him. Like moves his books around or replaces them with like Rand books or something.
Oh, this is going off the rails.
I mean, I can always shill like, hey, everybody, go buy my book. It's great. I'll send it to Britton. I'll send you like the PDF version for
Yeah,
free.
just
You
go.
can just check it out.
Just go. He has like a on his computer. It just goes I got the last laugh SD.
That would be hilarious. Actually, like a film of Alan Moore losing it to Steve Ditko's. And Ditko's such a gentleman. It's nothing like really too bad. He like sitting there with like his grandpa pants pulled all the way up and an old school pipe. He uses terms like broad and dame. Pretty much I gotta do, Alan, is give her a good slap.
Oh man.
He's propping his feet up on Alan Moore's snake god idol.
Just chucks it out the window.
Hey, he's like, I'm dead. You know this guy's not real, right?
I think even Alan Moore knows this, but you know, we won't give him too much slack there. We'll cut him some slack. But no,
I think
oh man.
I could go on, man. Like I think Frank Miller.
Oh God! Don't even get me
fantastic.
started on Frank
It
Miller.
sucks that he can't.
Oh jeez.
It sucks that he can't draw anymore. But
The
I don't know if
only
he's
like
trolling us with
recent
his
like
covers
cover
or
he
what.
did that I was like I liked was his like Scrooge McDuck one where he's
Yeah.
chasing the coin.
yeah,
I'm like, how freaking sad is that? Like, the only thing he could draw at this point that doesn't look like absolute ass is Scrooge McDuck.
his Ronin 2 was very promising. I picked up the first issue, and that first issue is great. It's basically Lone Wolf and Cub, but it's a mom instead of the dad, and the little son kills like a demon with his sword, his dad's sword at the beginning. And whoever, I always forget the name, whoever his artist is on that, it's like a protege of his, is fantastic. And then the entire series turns into Ronan, the main character, talking to the AI goddess thing from the first book. It's just her talking at him and saying these weird psychosexual bullshit rants. And it's like 6 issues of that. So after the first one where this kid kills a demon out of nowhere, it's like 6 issues of this robot drooling over the Ronin. That's it. That's the
I was about to say, it's been a while since I've read Ronin, so I can't comment.
Well, Ronin 2, buy the first issue just for the art.
Oh, you said Ronin 2. I thought you were
Ronin
talking about
2. No. I'm talking about Ronin 2. It's that issue, and then nothing but this chick monologuing to this guy. And then I didn't even buy the last issue. I was like, I'm not spending another $6, Frank. I'm sorry. Like,
it's like reading Sin City. You know, you're just like, oh God, what's it gonna be? You know?
Yeah, and like I love Sin City, but like by the time you get to that last one's kind of weird. Like it kind of falls apart a little bit narratively.
Yeah, it's like, what's Captain America doing there? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think it peaked with that yellow bastard.
Yeah,
I think that's the best one. And he said he wrote that as like I think he said that was his script idea for the last Dirty Harry movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which would have been a hell of a movie.
Luckily, that would have been something.
Yeah. Luckily, we got it. But I don't know, Britton. I've had a lot of fun talking with you, man. Most podcasts, like especially comic ones, they get like pretty stiff. Like this was pretty cool. Like sorry to get you canceled off YouTube.
It's like, did you read the X-Men? You're like, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty free game, but you know, it's probably the one aside from the ones I have with my friend Alex from AJP, where it's just like, oh, let's go off the rails here.
Yeah, I think that's what people like, though, man. I think that's what I've found is like, especially comics, it's either talking about old comics everybody's read or talking about drama. I was like, what about the fire of life that's in your loins? Let's talk about all the living we're not doing by doing this crap.
Oh, I thought you were quoting Conan or something. I'm like, what
the fuck? No, I'm not. I wish I could quote Conan. I don't remember the last time I read that book. Probably when I was like in high school. I think I read like the first Conan.
The Limitations of the Women. Yeah.
Limitations of the Women. You're like a Disturbed song. I'll tell you what. I'll send you a link to where you can download like the digital copies of our stuff.
All right. You know, I mean, you know what? I'll probably just end it here because I am getting hungry. I'll probably get something to eat in a little bit. But
yep.
This has been a blast, though.
Yeah, man. I've had a good time. I appreciate the invite.
Before I end these, I usually ask people about like social media. So like, what's your social media, Dan?
It's all at Godfoe _Universe. Everything is that. Instagram, I'm kind of lax on. Twitter, you might find me talking philosophy or religion or Snyderverse with people. Don't let that turn you off. Like, I feel like marketing all the time is just lame. Like, I think if you're not going to be a person, don't be a person. Substack, I promote that on Twitter. Like I'm doing Substack probably every day, coming up with articles and ideas of things to talk about. Our website, godfoeuniverse.com, all one word.
Mm-hmm.
You can, like I said, there's free to read stuff on there. I would implore people to read the first chapters of our books and the Apocrypha if they want to. Just if you sign up there, I'll have your email and I'll add you to the Substack. We're just making something bigger than buy a 24-page comic or buy our book for money. Like, it's something really cool. If people want to join the Discord, I post the link maybe once a week on Twitter. And it's really cool. It's just we talk the inspirations behind the stuff. We share art, we share music, and try to keep it chill. There's no weirdos in it yet. It's Discord, you know.
All right. Well, thanks, Dan, for hanging out with me for a while. And
Yeah, man.
going
Anytime.
off all
Anytime.
all these interesting directions we've gone in today. But
Don't
yeah,
get your German friend arrested.
try not to. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and until next time.
Yep.
Oh.